Welcome to another Info Radio video. Don't forget to share this across all social media as it helps channels as small as me get discovered by others and YouTube algorithm to like me. Love you guys. Breaking a carbohydrate addiction can be challenging, but it is possible with the right strategies and support. Here are some tips that may help. Reduce your intake of refined carbohydrates. Refined carbohydrates, such as white bread, pasta, and sugary snacks, can be highly palatable and contribute to habituation and craving. Gradually reducing your intake of these foods and replacing them with whole, nutrient-dense carbohydrates, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, can help to balance your blood sugar levels and reduce cravings. Increase protein and fiber intake. Protein and fiber are both important nutrients that can help to keep you feeling full and satisfied, reducing the likelihood of overeating or snacking on high carbohydrate foods. Include protein-rich foods, such as lean meats, fish, eggs, and legumes, and high-fiber foods, such as vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, in your meals and snacks. Plan your meals and snacks. Planning your meals and snacks ahead of time can help you to make healthier choices and avoid impulse snacking on high carbohydrate foods. Choose nutrient-dense, balanced meals that include protein, healthy fats, and whole carbohydrates, and have healthy snacks, such as fruit, nuts, or vegetables, on hand for when hunger strikes. Get regular exercise. Regular exercise can help to reduce stress, improve mood, and promote healthy habits, including healthier food choices. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week, and try to incorporate strength training exercises to build lean muscle mass and boost your metabolism. Seek support. Breaking a carbohydrate addiction can be challenging, and having support from family, friends, or a healthcare professional can be helpful. Consider joining a support group or working with a registered dietitian to develop a personalized plan for breaking your carbohydrate addiction and improving your overall health. Why carbohydrates are addictive. Carbohydrates are not necessarily addictive in the traditional sense of the word, but they can be highly palatable and rewarding. Palatability refers to the sensory experience of eating food, including taste, texture, and aroma, and rewarding refers to the pleasurable feeling that results from eating food. Carbohydrates, especially those that are high in refined sugar and processed flour, can be highly palatable and rewarding because they provide a quick source of energy and stimulate the release of dopamine in the brain. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in reward and pleasure, and it is released when we engage in activities that are pleasurable, such as eating delicious food. Repeated exposure to highly palatable and rewarding foods, including those that are high in carbohydrates, can lead to the development of habituation and craving, which may be mistaken for addiction. Habituation is a process by which the brain becomes desensitized to a stimulus, leading to a decrease in the pleasure and reward associated with that stimulus. As a result, individuals may seek out larger quantities or more intense versions of the stimulus in order to experience the same level of pleasure and reward. Craving, on the other hand, is an intense desire or urge to consume a particular substance or engage in a particular behavior. While carbohydrates themselves are not addictive, the palatability and rewarding properties of some carbohydrate-rich foods can contribute to the development of habituation and craving, which may lead to overconsumption and negative health outcomes over time. However, it is important to note that factors such as genetics, environment, and individual differences can also influence an individual's relationship with food and their susceptibility to habituation and craving. While all B vitamins play important roles in maintaining overall health and energy metabolism, there is limited scientific evidence to suggest that they directly impact addiction to carbohydrates. However, some studies have suggested that vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, may have some potential benefits for individuals with alcohol addiction, which is sometimes associated with carbohydrate cravings. Thiamine is an essential nutrient that plays a key role in energy metabolism and the proper functioning of the nervous system. It is also involved in the production of neurotransmitters, such as serotonin and dopamine, which play important roles in mood and reward. In individuals with alcohol addiction, thiamine deficiency can lead to a condition called Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, which can cause confusion, memory loss, and other neurological symptoms. While thiamine deficiency is less common in individuals with carbohydrate addiction, some research has suggested that thiamine supplementation may have some potential benefits for reducing carbohydrate cravings and improving mood. However, more research is needed to fully understand the potential effects of thiamine supplementation on carbohydrate addiction. It's worth noting that a balanced and nutrient-dense diet is generally the best approach for maintaining overall health and reducing the risk of nutrient deficiencies. A diet rich in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can provide all of the essential nutrients, including B vitamins, needed for optimal health and energy metabolism. The relation between carbohydrates and dopamine. Carbohydrates can stimulate the release of dopamine in the brain, which can contribute to feelings of pleasure and reward. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is involved in the brain's reward and motivation systems, and is associated with feelings of pleasure, satisfaction, and motivation. When we consume carbohydrates, particularly those that are high in sugar and refined flour, it can cause a rapid rise in blood sugar levels, leading to a surge in insulin production. Insulin helps to transport glucose, the primary fuel source for the body, from the bloodstream into the cells, where it can be used for energy or stored for later use. This rapid increase in blood sugar levels can stimulate the release of dopamine in the brain's reward system, which can lead to feelings of pleasure and reward. Repeated exposure to highly palatable and rewarding foods, including those that are high in carbohydrates, can lead to habituation and cravings. Habituation occurs when the brain becomes less responsive to a stimulus over time, leading to a decrease in the pleasurable sensations associated with that stimulus. As a result, individuals may seek out larger quantities or more intense versions of the stimulus in order to experience the same level of pleasure and reward. Craving, on the other hand, is an intense desire or urge to consume a particular substance or engage in a particular behavior, which can be triggered by environmental cues or emotional states. The danger of the carbohydrates to the body. Carbohydrates are an essential macronutrient and an important source of energy for the body. However, consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly those that are high in sugar and refined flour, can have negative impacts on health. Here are some potential dangers of consuming too many carbohydrates. Weight gain and obesity. Consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly those that are high in sugar and refined flour, can contribute to weight gain and obesity. This is because excess carbohydrates are converted to fat and stored in the body. Insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly refined carbohydrates, can lead to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance occurs when the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, which can lead to high blood sugar levels and eventually type 2 diabetes. Cardiovascular disease. Consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly those that are high in sugar and refined flour, can contribute to cardiovascular disease. This is because excess carbohydrates can lead to elevated triglycerides and LDL cholesterol levels, which can increase the risk of heart disease. Insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly refined carbohydrates, can lead to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. Insulin resistance occurs when the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, which can lead to high blood sugar levels and eventually type 2 diabetes. Cardiovascular disease. Consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly those that are high in sugar and refined flour, can contribute to cardiovascular disease. This is because excess carbohydrates can lead to elevated triglycerides and LDL cholesterol levels, which can increase the risk of heart disease. Dental problems. Consuming excessive amounts of carbohydrates, particularly those that are high in sugar, can contribute to dental problems, such as tooth decay and cavities. It's worth noting that not all carbohydrates are created equal, and that complex carbohydrates, such as those found in whole grains, fruits, and vegetables, are generally healthier than simple carbohydrates, such as those found in sugary drinks and candy. A balanced and varied diet that includes a mix of carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats is generally the best approach for maintaining optimal health and preventing chronic diseases.